What up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV, back with another one, and I got my man Elton on the line. Tell everybody where they can reach you, my man.
What is it? Real Talk Vegas Cowboys?
All right, cool. So what we're gonna do right now? We are in for a treat because tomorrow is the draft. Our Cowboys won't be picking, but that don't mean we can't have a little bit of NFL draft eve fun. So there's a couple of things that I've heard today. I heard the Redskins are trying to move up in the top five for Dwayne Haskins. How do you feel about that?
I love it
Why do you love it?
because the Redskins don't ever pick good offensive players other than on the O line. You can't really think of the last time they actually drafted a guy in the first round on offense, other than on the O line that is panned out. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, O line, they've been pretty good at O line because you got Trent Williams, you got Brandon Scherf. You got it right there. I think that Geis is going to be a pretty good player once he gets healthy because he looked like he was going to do some work. And he's probably going to come back a little healthy after the ACL. You know, the ACL ain't what it used to be. So I expect him to make a full recovery. I think that he was going to be. I think that he was going to be a really good player this year. NFL slept on. The Giants. It looks like they won't be picking Haskins. It looks like they're going to be picking. Possibly it looks like they're locking in on Drew Lock, pun intended. Does that scare you at all?
Drew Lock ain't good to me. No.
Now, if they go ahead and get that linebacker from LSU, I forget his name. I was just looking him up today. He looks pretty.
Devin White.
Yeah, Devin White. Yeah. Devin White looks pretty good. So I hear that the two guys that they're
Yeah, I don't.
Devin
Yeah, I don't like that.
probably what they need. To be honest with you, they probably need that. If they get him, I'll be a little bit more. Damn, the Giants made a good pick there. By the way, my Caps fans out there,
Sort of like with the Redskins.
you said what?
Because I look at it with the Redskins, I don't want them to add nothing else to their defense. Because you look at it, their defense is pretty good. I'm seeing them possibly want Brian Burns at first. I'm like, please don't do that. But them going offense, I'm like, whoo, whoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do that. Jump up, give up some first round picks. Do that all day. Don't actually add nothing to that defense.
Absolutely. A couple guys that are
Because
on.
they basically built their defense for us.
My man Clarence is on. What's up? 65 power toss trap. That's my man Clarence MIA. Who else do we got on there? We got Zachary Nations, Brian SoCal, Joseph Sandberg. What's going on with you guys? So look, we got a treat for you guys. We're actually going to do a mock draft from rounds 1 to 4. We're going to do it live with you guys here, and we'll have you guys' input as well. So, you ready for it, Elton?
I'm here.
All right, bet. Let me share the screen. All right, so I like to do my mock drafts and stuff on FanSpeak. All right, so we see everybody should see the screen. I'm gonna make sure that everybody sees the screen.
I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Well, I can see it, but it's real small.
All right. I don't know how to make it bigger, but actually at this point it's probably so we're gonna go with the most updated list, right? So we'll go off of Hayden Winks. All right, so you see everything I'm doing right now, right?
Okay.
See,
All right. Now that's better.
It's better?
Yeah.
All right. Probably because of the controller. Okay, cool. So it's a little bit slower because we're actually on there. Actually, this is as big. The heck is this? All right. Let's go down. Go next. So everybody's in for a treat, man. This is going to be really, really dope. What's going on, Kathy? What's going on, Jay Reed? Wait, somebody said I drove past you the other day, Small World. That's what's up. Yeah, that's crazy. My man Clarence said, "What's up with the Patrick Peterson rumors?" Elton, while I get this up, we heard about it. So you speak on it because I know you were talking about it the other day.
I mean, who is he rumored to go to? Because I know it ain't us. I mean, to me, he's a perfect fit for us, but I already know that ain't happening. And
yeah, everything that seems like it's supposed to be perfect for us never happens. You know what I'm saying? But I did hear some rumors about Ndamukong Suh, and for those that can go in there and check his Twitter, Ndamukong Suh put out who should I go to, Giants or the Cowboys? I don't even know why he asked that question. Who the hell? That's like picking between, do I want a nice steak dinner or do I want to go in the dumpster and get my dinner? You know, it's a no-brainer to me. Of course, everybody said Cowboys.
You look, man, if we get Ndamukong Suh, I'm going to be talking about Super Bowl.
If we get Ndamukong, it's almost to the point right now where I don't even want a 3 technique in the draft. I don't want a 3 technique. What do we need him for? We got Chris Covington. We just picked up. We still got Malik who can shift in at the 1 and the 3. We still got Antoine Woods. But if you add in Ndamukong Suh, how much stronger does our defensive line become?
I'm like, if we get to, and I was saying earlier, every damn time I get an NFL.com alert, it's a Dallas Cowboys.com alert, I always say Cowboys signing Ndamukong Suh. I am putting that out there into the world.
All right, cool. So let's start the draft, guys. Let's start the draft. So Kyler Murray went number 1 to the Arizona Cardinals. Josh Allen went to the 49ers. Nick Bosa went to the Jets. Quinnen Williams went to the Raiders. Devin White went to the Buccaneers. Brian Burns went to the Giants. That's your boy. Ed Oliver went to the Jags. Noah Fant went to the Lions. Wow. So that means that Hawkinson went down to the Packers like you hated. Montez Sweat went to the Bills. That seems like a Bills pick, don't it? Jonah Williams went to the Broncos. Drew Lock went to the Dolphins. Oh, yeah, that seems like a Dolphins pick right there. This might be accurate as hell. Farrell went to the Falcons. That kind of hurts because we kind of like him. I know we both like him.
Yeah.
Went to the Redskins.
That should have hurt.
Went to the Panthers. Haskins went to the Giants at 17. So I'm assuming that the Giants got back in the first.
The Giants
got the Browns, right? Yeah. Ooh. See, look, if they end up getting Haskins anyway, then that's kind of a problem. But then that's kind of a problem if it ends up that way. The Vikings ended up with a center, Garrett Bradbury. Gary went to the Titans. That seems like a Titans pick. Pittsburgh, Byron Murphy. Andre Dillard went to the Seattle Seahawks. Greedy Williams went to the Ravens. Seems like a Ravens pick. Texans got them.
Yeah, that is a Ravens type pick.
The Texans got a tackle, which they need very badly. The Oakland Raiders got another edge guy in Ben what is Benoju? Jawan Taylor went to the Eagles, a tackle. That's not a bad idea for the Eagles to get a tackle. A.J. Brown went to the Colts. Chris Lindstrom went to the Raiders. So based on this draft, the Raiders went really solid players, but no splashes really. But they went solid to build their core, which is probably what they need to do anyway. The corners, DeAndre Baker went to the Chargers. Dexter Lawrence. I know this hurt your heart right here. He went to the Seahawks. Oh. McGarry went to the Green Bay Packers. Greg Little went to the Rams. Irv Smith went with the Patriots. That seemed like a really accurate first round. What do you think?
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, so the next round. All right, so we're going to be picking in this round. So we got to make sure that we pay attention to the people coming off the board and try and figure out who it is that we might want, okay? So let's see. It's going kind of fast now. But you can see on the right-hand side the people that are still available. I still see Zach Allen available. Andy Isabella is still there, which I know he's a fan favorite. But we're looking at 58, and there's a lot of safeties that are still on the board that we as Cowboys really like. You still got Jay Sternberger. So let's see. Starting the second round, Cardinals ended up getting the edge guy. Colts ended up getting Kalen Sanders. Let's see. We're just going to go about notable guys. The Bengals ended up getting the quarterback in Will Grier. That right there is, let me say. That right there is like, how I say it, like, that's an underrated pickup for the Bengals right there. Let's see. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson went to the Packers. Zach Allen ended up going to the Panthers. DK Metcalf went 51 to the Titans. I don't know if he'll go that late, but that first round was pretty accurate. But in my opinion, the receivers aren't really that deep in this draft. It's not really a great receiver draft to me, so I could see it going that way, depending on what positions get really, really hot. And as you saw in the first round, there was 3 tight ends. Jawan Williams, who's a fan favorite, went to the Eagles at 53. Amani Hooker went to the Texans. So LJ Collier ended up going to the Eagles, and I think that he was a Cowboy favorite. But still on the board, we still got a couple of safeties. We got Darnell Savage, we got Abram. So let's go to the safeties that we have, because I know that Deontay Thompson. Oh, Adderley is actually 89 on this board. Thornhill is still there. Taylor Rapp. Wow, this list right here, there's still a lot of safeties here. Based on this, you honestly could probably not pick a safety here if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Let's look at D lineman.
Yeah.
Gone like crazy. Like, look at it. You got the notable guys, Gerald Willis, Mont Jones. We kind of liked him when we watched him on tape. Tristan Hill, who's a Cowboy favorite. Kingsley Keke, I know he went in for a visit. Armon Watts, I remember hearing that name. Let's look at the edge guys. You still got Polite there. I know that.
No, they kind of like Polite. Yeah.
I know they kind of like him. But, you know, there's some character concerns. Let's look at the running back position. Josh Jacobs is still on the board. But he's like the 80.
That ain't going to happen.
Tight end. Your boy Jace is there. That's tough. And see, all of the safeties that I want are still there. But based on this board, look, you still got a center right there in Eric McCoy. Let's take a look at the center. Because center guard is definitely an underrated position that the Cowboys could go. Being that what we had with Frederick last year was so valuable. You definitely could go that here. I don't think that any of these guys got visits here. But let's see. Let's see what I got from the fan base. Dre the Great told me not to mess it up. Not to F it up, actually. Dre the Great's actually mad because Chauncey's gone. I was actually looking for Chauncey there as well. Let's see. Cowboys need Simmons from Mississippi State, Jenkins from Mississippi State. We finished second in sacks allowed. I'm almost to the point where, like, looking at this draft board, guard center might not be a bad idea. What do you think?
It isn't, but we all know what I'm banging on the desk for.
You banging on the desk for Jay Sternberger.
Yep, I am flipping stuff over, yelling at Stephen and Will McClay.
Based on this board, man, Isabella's still there. How do you feel about Isabella?
I don't mind a receiver, but not at 58. Unless Brown from Oklahoma managed to slip.
So let me ask you a question. How do you like you? Because I know that Darnell Savage has been a favorite as of late. I know that Abram is a favorite. Based on what I've been hearing as of late, I'm not sure that Jace is going to go here at 50. I would pick Jace. I would pick Jace right here. Then again, I'm like, oh, guard center. I'm almost to flipping the coin. Let's go to. So who would you say your top two are right now on this list?
Probably Jason and Thornhill.
Thornhill, it looks like you can get in the third. So you going Jace here?
Yeah, I'm going Jace.
Okay. So honestly, based on what we're thinking, I am thinking my two are Eric McCoy and Jace, honestly, because I can get a safety in the third. Based on, like, I like Abram a lot. I like Savage a lot. I still got Juan Thornhill on the board. I still got Rapp on the board. So I think that we're going to go Jay Sternberger here. Based on this right here. Based on this mock. So Jay Sternberger will be a Dallas Cowboy. Boom. I know that a lot of people will hate it, but based on how this board is going, I think that we could push the safety back and get a lot of value. And we probably, in the fourth round, we probably can end up getting that 3 technique that we want. Oh, no, Dallas ain't carrying 5 tight ends, Joseph Sandberg, because Rico's ass is getting cut. Straight up.
Gone.
Oh, Debo Samuel just went. See, look, my boy Juan Thornhill is still there. We're at 90 right now.
Juan Thornhill. That'll be
Juan Thornhill. Oh, wait. Taylor Rapp is still there, though. Taylor Rapp is still there. Whoa. Who you going?
I'll take Thornhill.
I think it was a no-brainer, too. Juan Thornhill is at pick number 90. It was a no-brainer to me.
Now, we all know that ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen in real life. I honestly think if it's Taylor Rapp, I think they go Taylor Rapp.
Yeah, they seem to like. I think Abrams their number 1, Rapp's their number 2, and Thornhill's their number 3. From everything I can tell.
Oh wait, what the heck happened? Yeah, I thought that I did for 4 rounds, but maybe I only did the day 2 guys. But based on this day 2, we ended up getting Jace and Juan Thornhill. So I tried to do the 4th round, but apparently I didn't. But what I would tell you guys is if you're bored, if you have a lot of time that you want to kill or whatnot, I would say go to fanspeak.com because it's actually pretty cool to see this and to try and be a GM and whatnot. So let's go back to face-to-face. So we ended up getting Jay Sternberger and Juan Thornhill with picks 58 and 90. How do you feel about that? I'm ecstatic.
If somehow we was to pull that off, man.
So let's see what the fan base thinks. Steve Mack said, no thanks on Jace unless we trade Jarwin away, since they're basically the same exact type player. Rather go safety, though, mainly Rap or Savage. And see, here's the crazy thing, Steve Mack. The way the board fell, there were so many of those safeties left. There was no point in getting one of those safeties because, see, Jace would have been gone. McCoy would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have all of the safeties that you want on the board, you kind of push that back. You kind of push it back if you got about 5 of them that you want on the board still. You know what I mean? There's no point in rushing, but you got other needs. You had guard. Like, there's no point in pushing the safety if the value isn't there. Obviously, in that draft board, in that situation, things got pushed back, and you just kind of go with how the draft is telling you. If the draft isn't telling you to get a safety right then and there, why go ahead and do it? Because then you might not get another player that you want. Now, based on what the Cowboys have been looking at, we got 2 guys that have gone on visits that they are interested in. And I think that the Cowboys would be kicking themselves if they ended up with those 2 players. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. If damn somehow they came out with Thornhill and damn Sternberger, I don't even think they would care about day 3.
You're probably right. See,
they'd be like, okay, whoever we get, we get.
IKill said, if you can get Thornhill in the 3rd, I would go Sternberger too. Brian SoCal said, don't forget that backup running back. And you know, we didn't forget the backup running back. It just so happened that the guys that we got for rounds 2 and 3, I mean, we could have basically in the next round got any of the running backs we wanted. We could have got Bryce Love, Mike Weber. We could have reached on them actually if we wanted with any of the 4th round picks that we wanted.
Put it like this.
Uh-huh.
I will tell people this. Put it like this with Jace. If we draft Jace walks in the tight end room as the best tight end on the roster. Even with Jason Witten, to me, he walks in the room the best tight end on the roster.
And then I don't get where people are saying that Jarwin and Sternberger are the same guy. Guys, you guys got to understand.
Not even close.
I don't think. I don't think they're the same either. I think that one is talented and one has to kind of work to get to that position. I think Jace automatically walks in being probably better than what it's taken Blake Jarwin to be in 2 to 3 years in the league. He's been in what, 2 years?
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I don't know what Blake Jarwin has done to solidify himself as the top tight end position, because they obviously did not have faith in him throughout the course of the year. And they obviously brought Witten in. I keep bringing that up. They brought Witten in because they did not feel as confident in that position, obviously. Why else would you allow him to come back? It's not about saving face. It's about bridging the gap. Why are you bridging the gap is the question. Because you don't feel confident in your tight ends.
Because they wanted Witten back mid-season.
Exactly. We didn't know Jarwin could play as a fan base. Let's just be honest, because we've been hearing all these like Blake Jarwin is this, Blake Jarwin is that. We had yet to see it until one game with the Giants. He's only had one game. He had one game, guys. One. So,
And even put it like this, even if Jarwin makes that next step, if you have two tight ends like that, it makes the offense that much better and less predictable.
But I agree with Stevie Mack though. I don't think that Rap or Thornhill will be there unless something like crazy happens. But you never know, man. You never know what to draft because here's the crazy thing, Stevie. What I've been noticing as a trend of quarterbacks getting pushed up the board. And when quarterbacks get pushed up the board, that throws everything off of whack. Like right now, we're looking at maybe 4 quarterbacks going in the top 15. With 4 quarterbacks going in the top 15, that changes needs all over the board. It changes everything. Because now, you know what I'm saying? Like we thought the Giants would go quarterback. I only thought that 2 teams would go quarterback in the first round. I thought that it would be Arizona, and I thought that it would be the Giants. Well, actually, no, the Dolphins were going to go quarterback. So, but I didn't think if the guy that was there, I thought that they was going to go second round. But now you're talking about Drew Lock is a top 6 player, possibly, based on what we've been hearing rumor-wise. That changes a lot of things. Then Haskins moves back a little bit, and then you see like stuff where Will Grier might get into the first round. Like, man, the thing about it is, yes, it does seem unrealistic, but what makes it realistic is that teams always make a push for the quarterback all of the time, and that's what throws drafts off whack. Like last year, for example. Who the hell saw Derwin James falling as far as he did? And it's like, why did Derwin fall? He fell because teams were trading up. Josh Allen went before Derwin James. Keep that in mind. So if Josh Allen could go before Derwin James, you can't tell me that Will. Honestly, I think that Will Grier is a better quarterback than Josh Allen was. So it would not surprise me if Will slipped up there. I would not be surprised. Think about it. If the Dolphins are in a position where they got to get a quarterback and all of the quarterbacks are gone and Washington has to get a quarterback, they're set on a quarterback and they actually like the guy enough to reach for him. Will Grier, you're in the top 15.
Because you actually have to think of who can get a quarterback. The Raiders are definitely looking at a quarterback. Arizona, the Giants, the Redskins, maybe the Dolphins, New England.
Yeah, absolutely. Because where Philly picks at, they can afford to sit the guy in case Wentz gets hurt again. Because he does get hurt. Let's see. Damo said, I don't see Dallas drafting the tight end this year. I don't think they're going to draft the tight end early, at least, says them boys. We have other needs. Here's the thing. When I keep hearing we have other needs, what needs do we really have? We're not really, how do I say it? We're not really empty at any position. The draft board is wide open. Like, you guys hate the safety so much, but we were a top 10 defense with those safeties. Even with Jeff Heath.
Yeah, I'm like right now, if we rolled into the season with the three or 4 safeties we have on a roster, I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Would I like? Yes. Would I like an upgrade at DT? Yes. But if they did nothing on the D line right now, I'm like, okay, I'm fine with that.
Me too, because they added Robert Quinn. And Robert Quinn added depth. They added Covington. So you have depth because you have Tyrone Crawford. You got Malik Collins. Like, our defensive line, I'm not going to say it's dominant, but it's not bad.
But it's good.
Or straight. But
yeah, I'm like, it is really nowhere on defense. I'm like, okay, we damn have to go and get this. We got pressing. Honestly, I think the weakest area on our roster is tight end, personally.
I think the weakest area on our team is running back, honestly. I think running back is worse than that. I mean, yeah, you got Zeke. After that, what we got?
Actually, you technically you're right, but Zeke erases all that. You like, we got Zeke. Oh, I don't really want nobody else touching the ball, so I'm like, yeah. Long as Zeke stay out of trouble, I think we should be good. But you never know.
Yeah. So, and another position that we're weak at, backup quarterback. We're weaker at back. We're weaker at quarterback than we are at safety.
Yeah. Because if that go down, we are picking in the top 3 next year.
Yeah, let's be honest with you. Like, I don't think I want a safety for it being a sexy pick. And I'm just realizing that right now. Like, if you think about it, out of tight end, I think that linebacker is probably more of a need than safety. As far as the Sam linebacker. And they've been looking at Sam linebackers as well. But I mean, Aloka adds depth. I don't think that we're great at safety. I just don't think that we're horrible at safety. At tight end, I think we are pedestrian. At tight end, we're pedestrian. Everybody keeps thinking Jason Witten is going to be that same Jason Witten. He took a year off. It's not going to be the same Jason Witten.
No.
He slowed down when he left. You think he's just going to magically get fresh and get faster? Hell no.
We damn trust Jason Witten on the 6 option route. He's gonna be open and damn he's gonna catch the ball. But that's it. It is gonna be 6 to 1st and 10. He ain't getting you no yak. He gonna catch the ball and damn get tackled.
There's 3 positions that I think that are
weak. And anybody who watched Jay Sternberger.
Of the needs that we talked about, I think there's 3 that are worse than, maybe even 4 that are worse than the safety position. I'll start with guard/tackle, because Leo Collins, we're not going to pay him next year. He's not getting paid. Hell, you never know. They might even take Connor ass out there and make him compete with him at tackle. But the left guard, I think we can improve there. And I know that a lot of people don't want to hear that, but we can. My man Bosch talks about it all the time. We could improve on the line because our quarterback got sacked how many times? Somebody said it on the chat. Our quarterback got sacked how many times? A lot of times. So like a lot of money in him, you got to invest in things around him. And how does a safety help you protect your $30 million a year quarterback that we're going to have? So we got to keep that in mind. So I just talked about 2 positions. Running back being another one, which I don't think we'll get at 58. 90 might be too rich, but running back is more of a need than safety. And then I talked about linebacker already. So they could really go anywhere in this draft with anything except for quarterback and kicker. They probably won't do those 2 positions, but they're has allowed them to.
We can upgrade at kicker.
We can upgrade a kicker. I just think that we can bring another kicker somewhere else. We don't got to draft one.
Yeah.
Let's go to some questions. B. Parker said, DMV, what do you think about the Dak contract? Man, I pray we don't pay him $30 million. B. Parker, he's getting $30 million, bro. I've come to the conclusion we pay him $30 million, but keep in mind, if we pay him sooner than later, it won't affect us that much. And by the time he gets his $30 million, that contract will look like peanuts compared to what everybody else is going to get when their contract is up. Because I guarantee you that Aaron Rodgers is looking at Russell Wilson's deal and licking his chops to probably get another one. Or other elite quarterbacks are probably licking their chops. Tom Brady, not, but other guys out there are licking their chops because they feel that they're better than Russell Wilson.
Because Ben just got 32 a year. because his 2 years, 63 million. So he basically got 30 a year.
Joseph Sandberg said, "Can Sternberger block?" Sternberger can block. As a matter of fact, I did a video on him and I actually highlighted his blocking. And you see him against Kentucky, and there are actually sequences where he goes one-on-one against Josh Allen. So if you can, go to my video and you can see it for yourself. You can actually see the tape. Damo said Witten not coming off the field, though.
Yes, I just don't. Yes, he is.
Yeah. No, this is not the same. Like Jason Witten don't got the same. He don't got the same, how do I say, pull that he had before. This is a 1-year deal, but this is a 1-year deal, pal. And it's like what, three point something million? Trust me. They bring in the tight end Witten ass. They're gonna be like this, bringing Witten on the field. It ain't gonna be the other way around.
Witten is coming on the field in key third downs and in the goal line. Witten's back because they think we have a chance to win the Super Bowl, and they want to give him a chance to win the Super Bowl. If we was a rebuilding team, Witten ass would be doing something else. He wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and see the crazy thing is Stevie said that Sternberger is suspect at blocking. I beg to differ. If you can show me some tape where he's suspect at blocking, I'd be glad to watch it. I personally looked at him. I've actually watched the tape. Is he like a stone wall at blocking? No. Is he an effective blocker? Absolutely. Is he a 3-down tight end? Absolutely. He is. Is he going to be like Gronk or anything in the first year? Probably not. But if you're looking over the long term of things, I think he's going to be around a long time. He's going to be around a while. Let's see. Cowboys fan 1973 said, "Are the Cowboys ready to let Rico go?" I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how
they don't let
Rico go? They're ready to let him go because they brought Witten back, and Witten couldn't stand his ass. Witten couldn't stand Rico. Not because, like Witten's not a bad guy, but I think that Witten kind of saw it as a joke. And I may be putting words in his mouth, but from reports and stuff that I've heard, I think that, his lack of football knowledge kind of, hurt. I think it kind of hurt guys that have been devoted to the game, him being such a raw guy. Let's see. My battery's getting low, so we got a couple of. I might need to just go ahead and get the battery pack. Let's see. What else we got? Adamo said, "True. Dallas loves Georgia Loca. I can see them passing up on drafting safety. I don't see them passing up on drafting safety. I see them as if they can get the guy they want when they draft, or if they got to go up a little bit to get him, maybe 50. I think they'll get the guy they want at safety. I think at 58 they'll have somebody. I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson personally is going to be the pick. That's my dark horse, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. What you got?"
I think they're gonna get Taylor Rapp.
Think Taylor Rapp? You think he'll fall? If he's there at 58, they're getting him. It's a done deal.
I think.
Like I said,
I don't think
in that case they're definitely gonna rap. They love rap.
I don't because I don't think Abrams make it out the first round personally.
Me either.
And I think probably Thornhill goes early second. Now, if Taylor Rapp had ran a 4.5 or something, he would be the first safety off the board because his tape is better than everybody's. So, to me, I personally, I think Taylor Rapp's going to be the pick at 58. And it would take him, Thornhill and then Abrams all being gone for them to go somewhere else, in my opinion.
Hey, hopefully I'm back. Let's see if it works. All right, so I'm gonna try and invite Elton back. Sorry about that, guys. Glad you guys who hung on there, It's really, really hot in this house, so you probably see me sweating. Maybe I'm sweating because we don't have a first round pick. What's going on, Kathy? Sorry about that again, guys. As you guys know, the Cowboys conglomerate have been having a lot of technical difficulties as of late, but I appreciate everybody that's stuck on. But I see that a lot of guys are talking about the wide receiver position. Glad you're back, Elton. So
Yeah.
So some of the things that people have been talking about is the wide receiver position as far as drafting. Like with the offseason moves we've made with adding Randall Cobb, and then last year we drafted Cedric Wilson, and then obviously we went out and got Amari Cooper. That's really our receiver that we drafted this year. What would be the only? Do you feel that we are okay at receiver, or do you think we could add more?
I mean, sort of like cornerback, you almost kind of want to add a receiver and a cornerback each year, personally. But if we don't, I am fine with it.
Let's see. There was a question up here about Tom Brady. Well, I won't go around. I won't. Let somebody bring it back up. I'll talk about Tom Brady. But so Stevie Mack said Witten lost a good amount of weight. He'll probably run a little bit faster now, but will be weaker. I'd imagine. I don't think he's gonna be faster, man. Like as a grown man, look, I'm 32 years old. And no matter how much shape I get into, I can't run any faster than I'm running today. You can get lighter and stuff like that, but as far as like turning back that clock, like I'm just gonna get faster. And he how old is Witten? Like 38?
He about 36, 37.
36, 37. Have you ever seen a 36 or 37-year-old get faster? Never. I've never seen it. And taking the year off.
And plus, it ain't like.
Go ahead.
Because this damn game wasn't predicated on speed anyway, so
it wasn't.
I don't really think even if he got a step quicker, what really does it matter?
It don't, because he still ain't getting the separation. But the thing about Witten that Witten really lost is flexibility. If you go back in his younger days, Witten was able to, high point the ball. He was able to catch the ball without having to, you know what I mean? Like you didn't have to hit him straight in the chest. And it started getting to the point where you had to hit him in the numbers or he was not coming down with it. Tell me I'm wrong. Stop me when I'm wrong.
Not really, no.
How many times did you see a ball that looked like it was a little bit too high and they were like, oh, Dak threw the ball high? Meanwhile, you see all these other tight ends year in, year out. They're high pointing the ball. They're going up. They're getting it. They're actually catching it up high and still running full speed. And that's what we actually, me and you personally, that's what we want at the tight end position. I'm tired of seeing everything having to be perfect for our tight ends to make a play. I want a tight end that's going to make a play out of nothing, or he's going to be a security blanket. Witten stopped being that security blanket in 2016.
And that's what I think Jay Sternberger brings. He get down the field. He can run routes.
Yeah, I don't agree, Dom. I don't think
if we was
healthy. I think Witten gonna get 50% of the snaps. Maybe. Right now,
If that, they even damn said he ain't getting a big load. He is like 50%.
I truthfully
You want Jason Witten
believe
for
Steven
big
says.
moments.
And I truthfully don't believe. I think that he only came back for $3.5 million because it was a veteran minimum. But keep in mind, what was Witten making before he left? They had to bag him, and I think it was like $10 million or something like that. Now you're talking about $3.5 million. They don't have to. They're not investing that much money in him to where they have to play him if they have young guys that can do a little bit more, or especially in the pass game.
He ain't gonna get cut. It don't matter what happens. He's not getting cut, but he is there for big moments, and they think they can get him a Super Bowl ring.
That's it, and maybe some leadership, possibly. But at the end of the day, if you're a player, if you're Dak or you're Zeke, can Witten come in that locker room and lead your team right now? Like, could he supersede you?
Not anymore, no.
Exactly. So at this point, if I got younger guys, because if most of these guys believe that Jarwin's better than Witten anyway, which I believe he is right now, because Witten sat out a year.
Definitely.
Till I see Witten, he's still a retired guy to me. Until I actually see him in workouts, I actually see him getting first team reps. I would think that he's the third tight end off the bench. Not third off the bench, but like I think it'd be Jarwin, Schultz, Witten as it stands today.
Yeah. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's not it's not at all. It's just that things changed. Now, if Witten was on the team last year, and the tight ends showed like they showed as far as production, aren't we talking about drafting the tight end anyway? Let's see. Adamo said, agree or disagree that Taylor Rapp is just a box safety.
Disagree.
I agree to a certain extent. But go ahead and say why you disagree.
I think people are thinking box safety because everybody seems to be fixated on the 40 time.
Huh?
If you watch him play, he's sideline to sideline. He could be in the box. He can do damn near everything. You ain't never seen him get beat deep. I mean, I ain't.
I've seen him
it happens because it happens to everybody.
He got beat. He got beat deep. I got it on tape on one of my videos. The dude ran straight by him, and that's the thing, though. Would you really want him guarding the guy man up with cushion? I think that where he struggles is where most safeties are going to struggle in the slot against quicker guys. Why would you put him in that position when you know he's not that fast? You're going to put him in the slot against faster. I do think he's more of a robbing safety. I wouldn't say that he's a box safety because I don't think necessarily because you rob that you're a box safety. Box safeties, I look at like, and even if he was a box safety, if you categorize him as a box safety, and I'll bring this up again, will we categorize Troy Polamalu as a box safety? Because the way that I look at it is you got a guy that can roam, a guy that can blitz, a guy that can come down to play curl the flats, a guy that can rob to take away, like the posts and, those like curl routes and stuff like that. Do I think that I would have him play center field a lot? No, I wouldn't. That's why I would say I possibly characterize him as a box safety. That's not necessarily a bad thing because I think that he covers a lot more ground than what he's given credit for. But
I think Abrams is a box safety.
He is a box safety, and that's the funny thing because everybody would rather have Abram than Rapp. but Rap can do way more than Abrams. He do way more. The difference is you guys see a 4.5 over here, and you see a 4.7, 4.76 over here. That's the difference. But one guy, in my opinion, Rap, has better eyes for the position than Abram. And if you don't believe me, you know, I know a lot of guys like to talk about Broadus. Broadus agrees with that. I think Broadus would move up and get Rap, as a matter of fact. Let's see. I'm gonna ask, will you guys be live on the second day of the draft? Unfortunately, man, second day of the draft, I will be heading to a wedding in the Norfolk area. But Elton, will you be live? Because you definitely could go live on your new channel.
I mean, sure, I can do that.
All right.
I damn got to figure this stuff out, but
yeah, all right.
Me and my 3 subscribers can go live.
Elton gonna try and go live, y'all. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. Damo said Jalen Hurd at receiver. Are you familiar with Jalen Hurd?
Lately, I have been in, and as a 4th, 5th round pick, I don't mind that.
I actually think that that's a really good pick at that range. I think that he offers us what Cole Beasley offered our offense, but he's a taller Cole Beasley. He's not as quick. I think he's faster, though. I think that he can do a lot more things. I think that, like, running after, like, you know, not necessarily getting tackled by the first guy is something he can bring to the table that Cole Beasley didn't bring. He brings height. He's a guy that can high point the ball. Actually, Baylor used him in goal line situations to run the ball, which is really impressive. I mean, we don't need him to do that because we got Zeke, but, you know, I think that that's pretty impressive. I'm falling in love with Jalen Hurd as a 4th, 5th round pick as we speak. Roscoe Carter said, keep forgetting about Allen Hurns. Because
no, you're not.
Made him forgettable. Randall Cobb made him forgettable at this point. Because what is he? Right now, he's a slot guy, right? Because he's not going to beat Gallup out. Not going to beat Amari out. So his really only chance of getting meaningful snaps was in the slot. They signed Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is a better player. Tavon Austin is going to have a role as he's going to have a role as the explosive guy, gadget guy. So where does that leave Allen Hurns? He's fighting. Allen Hurns at this point is fighting for Rob. He's fighting with Cedric Wilson for a spot.
Wilson, yeah.
Okay, Kathy Green said, as many Super Bowl as Tom Brady won, how come he not the highest paid QB? Because Tom Brady has a gorgeous wife that makes more money than him, and he can afford to take pay cuts. And he understands taking pay cuts and getting everybody else paid is how you still have a roster and that's good enough to keep competing in the NFL. That's obviously changing with free agency. I tried to answer that one sentence or one statement as best as I could. You got any more to add to that?
Nope.
Yeah, see, Tom Brady has a luxury that a lot of guys don't have. And so, really, he's not playing for the money. He's playing for like, what did Kobe do in that commercial? Like, I want more. You know what I mean? Like, how many records can my records break? More records. Like, that's what Tom is playing for at this point. And I think you saw that when he was his position changed from being that elite guy that we saw over the years that could carry his team to he was a glorified bus driver in that Super Bowl. And in that Chiefs game, he stepped up a little bit, but when it came down to it, what did they do? They didn't throw the ball, they ran. And they got a Sony Michel and guys like that. And, you know, so, I mean, it's all about their roster's never the same. It's never the same. The only thing that's really the same is him.
Him and Belichick.
Yeah, pretty much. But their team is different every year, and it evolves based on what they're able to secure in the draft and what they're able to secure with trades and all of that type of stuff. Roscoe Carter said everybody's sleeping on both Woods. I don't think so. I like both of them. As a matter of fact, the guy that I think is the safest in the secondary, and that includes the corners, is probably Xavier Woods.
I think he steps up big this year. He is one of my 5 players who I think steps up this year.
Gotcha. So are you going to do a video on the 5 guys you think that steps up this year?
Okay, yeah, I can definitely do that.
Definitely. All right, cool. Let's see. Zachary Nation says I'll take Rap over Abram. I would too. I take Rap over Abram. Let's see. B. Parker says Randall Cobb is a monster in the slot. Yes. He has to stay healthy, though. He's a monster when healthy. He's not healthy. He's not as good, obviously. That's anybody, but, he has to stay healthy. And if he's not healthy, I think that we got a couple guys that can step in there. I think we're pretty deep at that position. And then B. Parker says exactly that's why we shouldn't pay Dak $30 million. I think he was talking about understanding like having the roster around him. But again, Dak don't got a wife making that type of money. And Dak was making $600,000 a year. Like, God dang. He was rookie of the year. He's putting up stats that are comparable to some of the top guys. And his wins are the second most since he's been in the league. I'm not understanding what's the problem with him earning his money. He was underpaid for years. He was underpaid for years.
People would be happy paying Dak $30 million if he was throwing for 5,000 yards, but others being 6 and 10, they're like, oh well, I damn know it ain't Dak.
I mean,
you want him to put up fantasy numbers.
What are y'all expecting? Dak to make $5 million a year? I feel like anything that Dak would make, if Dak would have signed for $20 million a year, people would have been bitching and moaning. About $20 million a year, and that's peanuts in this league right now for a quarterback position. If Dak would have signed a 5-year, $100 million contract, a lot of fans would bitch and moan. And that ain't nothing.
And I don't necessarily believe he's going to get $30 million, but if he did, in damn 3 years, that's going to be peanuts. It'll be a lot for this year. By the damn 2021 season, like Dak is the 14th highest paid quarterback again. Okay, then.
Hey, B. Parker said that's because we have a very good team helping him. While I believe that some of that is true, we're also a good team because of him. So don't leave that factor out. Because if Cooper Rush or damn Mike White step in there right now, we're a 4-12 team. We're 4-12, dude. 4-12. Don't think anybody can just quarterback this team and not, let alone be a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, because you're not just a quarterback for a football team, but you're a face of the NFL, whether you want to be or not. So he's not only getting paid because he's a quarterback. He's getting paid because he's the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
And let's cut this fucking notion out. Sorry for my language. But what damn quarterback just carries their team? Because everybody talking about, well, damn, Rodgers could carry his team. What the hell has that got the Packers lately? When damn Drew Brees had back-to-back 5,000-yard seasons, they was going 6 and 10, 7 and 9. What did that do?
I'll even ask this. What the hell Aaron Rodgers do this year? Everybody talking about Aaron Rodgers need help, right? I thought he was elite. You know?
Phillip Rivers put up all them crazy numbers, But you know when the Chargers start winning again?
When they
When they
started
damn
getting
got
some
on their
help,
head.
when they started getting some linemen, when they got Melvin Gordon, when they got Derwin James, when they got Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram.
Why? Because you need help.
You need help. You need a roster. San Diego has a roster now. They did not have a roster before. And then B. Parker said, like, how do we know that we're a good team because of Dak? I mean, I'm not sure you watch our training camps or our preseason games, but we don't do a damn thing without him.
Hold on.
And it's not
Did you watch the 2015 season?
true.
Did you watch it? Because the same thing happened in 2015 happened in 2016. They was 4-12 to 13-3.
Now, do I believe Dak can improve in certain areas? Absolutely, but every quarterback can improve.
Yes.
Drew Brees can improve. Drew Brees will improve. Even though
there is no perfect QB.
no perfect QB at all. Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to ask y'all this question. When y'all looked at him last year, was Aaron Rodgers reading a lot of defenses? I seen him running around. As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers does that a lot. For the most part, he can hit first reads and sit in the pocket and diagnose things. But Aaron Rodgers is a master of extending plays. So is Ben Roethlisberger. So is Dak Prescott.
Romo was like that.
Yeah.
Romo was like that. Romo wasn't hitting his back foot on the third step and the ball was coming out. That was rare you ever seen that happen.
I think it's rare when you have a quarterback that can extend plays.
He then wasn't in the step and the ball coming out. He then was extending plays till his guy got open.
Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out how many game-winning drives this man got to give you for you to respect him. Like, I don't know, man. Like, for me, maybe 30 mil is a little steep, but the market changed. And the longer you go without signing, the market's going to continue to change. And the guys he's going to be compared to are Wentz and Goff. He has more. Now, I know that both of them one has a Super Bowl ring and one won the conference, but one of them did not play to win that Super Bowl ring. So, and one of them is not healthy most of the time. So, I think that it will behoove us to sign Dak Prescott before Wentz gets signed. Because if Wentz gets signed for $30 million a year, there's no way you can justify that Dak Prescott can't get $30 million a year. Dak's probably going to ask for $32, $33 million a year. So keep that in mind. Because if Wentz has a solid year, they lose in the playoffs again, he's going to demand $30 million a year. And that only makes our case worse as long as we wait for Dak Prescott. I was against it. I was like, let him play out this year. But what do we ask him to do? We want him to fail so we can pay him cheaper. So you want a cheap quarterback at this point? Like, we want him to fail so we can pay him a little bit less? Like, I don't think that, like, for the way that this team is built, they're going to win. The more that we win, the more money he can demand.
I'm like, and I damn thought about it. You know what's gonna happen if they ask damn play the season out? That gonna fuck around and go out there and win the MVP and then we win the Super Bowl. Then you're like, oh, we gotta pay him $40 million.
Well, B. Parker said he looked like that because of Zeke. Because when Zeke didn't play, Dak looked like trash. I'm gonna let you go ahead. You go ahead and touch that one. Go ahead.
Okay, Dak looked like trash for 3. Zeke has missed 7 in the last 2 seasons. Nobody mentions the 4 games after that they've won. But those 3 games are, oh yeah, that is it. Tell me this, what actually happened in that? And even Tudo, I don't even think he played bad in the Falcons game. They didn't make adjustments and they let him get sacked 13 times.
God. Jesus Christ. It's like,
and even the Philly game, He didn't play bad the second half. The Chargers game, he played bad in the second half. So we're really talking about one full game he played bad.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the Philly game, they were winning at
I'm sold on he
halftime.
won the last 4 games without Zeke. And he threw for damn. Did he throw for the Giants? Did he throw for 400 yards without Zeke?
Yeah. And just even think about the oppression and even the last 3 games. If damn people don't want to count the last Giants game, fine. But then the last 3 games, you can damn say, well, they wasn't against great teams, but they actually had to win those games to even stay in the playoffs.
Thank you, Damo, for the super chat. Before we get back to Dak, like or dislike drafting Deontay Thompson?
Dislike.
Yeah, I just don't see where he helps this ball club with his skill set. And I wasn't. As a matter of fact, when we did our safety, matter of fact, I got my notes right here. Let me see where I put them. I had Deontay Thompson as my 5th, and this was pre-combine, and they had everybody, all these draft gurus and stuff had him number 1. I had him number 5 from what I saw on the tape, so that should let you know. All right, back to this Dak discussion.
And damn.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
To
me, I don't know.
I see things like, you pro Dak. I'm not pro Dak. You might be pro. I think you are pro Dak, but I'm more pro Cowboys. And I think
I'm pro Dak.
It's about winning games. It's about winning. I think he gives us the best shot to win. I don't see who else you can bring in here that can probably win as many games, unless you're talking about one of the Breezes or one of those guys, which they're not coming to Dallas. So,
and they available. Yeah, they ain't available. Yeah, whoever you think is better than him ain't coming here. We ain't getting Mahomes next year. We aren't getting there for Aaron Rodgers.
Because of Dak, even in a bad year, we went 9-7. Because of Dak, we'll never be in a position to get one of those guys. Never. Unless he goes down and Cooper Rush and Mike White comes in there. But we'll never be in the position to get any of those type of quarterbacks that you want.
For one, the team is too good anyway. So to me, the only way we're going to be bad is it is just a whole bunch.
Go ahead, what?
Yeah,
a bunch of injuries?
It's going to be bad. Yeah, which is something we can't control. Zeke tore his ACL. Dak broke his collarbone.
I'll ask you this question. Are we in? Because I see that, like, because I made a whole video on why I thought that, like, before the year, I did a whole video on why Dak's career, like, I felt like it was Zeke's team and not Dak's team. I made a whole video on why, like the correlation of Dak's stats when Zeke's in and when Zeke is out. So, like, you can't call me a homer when it comes to Dak. Dak actually won me over last. But, I mean, if you take those two guys, you take Dak and Zeke, let's say you lose one of them for the whole year. What's more of the impact as far as our team goes? Like, which one is the bigger blow, Dak or Zeke?
Dak, and I think Zeke's the better player.
Same here.
Why be? Because you can get 3 decent guys that'll get you 1,400 yards rushing.
And keep this in mind. You can find a running back off the street. He might not be as good as Zeke, but you saw what the Redskins were able to do last year. Even though Adrian Peterson's old, even though AP is old, they lost Geis for the year. Adrian Peterson still came in and rushed for 1,000 yards. Now keep this in mind. If we lost Zeke and we replaced him with Adrian Peterson that got 1,000 yards, could we still win games? I think we could.
Absolutely.
You can't find a quarterback off the street like that. It's not going to happen. You can't point to me to a team that they lost their quarterback that is their cerebral heartbeat, and then all of a sudden they found a quarterback off the street and the guy was just a beast. The only time I can really think of it is Kurt Warner. We ain't got no Kurt Warner on our roster.
Not even close. We ain't even got no damn Trent Green.
And see,
put it like this:
like I'm saying, like you act like we can easily replace Zeke. You can easily replace Zeke, not replace him like yard for yard, but effectiveness, absolutely. Alfred Morris, when he was running with us, I don't think we ran enough. Alfred Morris was averaging about 5 yards a carry, wasn't he? In the games that Zeke didn't play.
Yeah.
We could go draft a running back
right now. So was Rod Smith.
We could go draft a running back right now, technically. Like if we go out and draft Travion Williams, and then Zeke goes down, we still have Dak, we're still a 10-win ball club. But if you go out and draft Will Greer in the second round, and Dak goes down, are we still a 10-win ball club? You guys answer me that question. Because I don't think so. Or who's a quarterback out the booth? If we go get Jay Cutler,
I say like this.
We go get Jay Cutler, and he got Zeke in the backfield.
Cutler gonna throw you 29 interceptions.
Hell, I think even Romo at this point, even out of the league for 2 years, if Romo said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to sling it, we ain't winning 10 games with Romo right now. And he know the offense in and out.
Because shit, Romo going to take that first sitting and then be back to booth. Because it's even look like this. Zeke played the first 8 games of the season, and we was 3-5. So it damn just can't be it's all Zeke.
Yeah, true. We were 3-5, and Zeke ain't get in shape until the second month of the season. Yeah, I know you on Instagram and stuff right now, popping the I'm 230, I'm not fat and stuff like that. Why does he have to do that? Because everybody knows his ass be out of shape in the first month. And it's not always all his fault because he don't necessarily get that much work in preseason. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't mind. I don't want him to break his damn ankle in the meaningless preseason game. So I'm fine with him never playing in the preseason while he's here.
And then I'll keep this in mind too. You guys are talking about the Dak Prescott that had nobody to throw to. Let's talk about the Dak Prescott that had somebody to throw to and what it looked like, what his game looked like when he had a number one receiver that was actually a number one receiver. Let's talk about that. How different did Dak look before we went out and got Amari? You know what I'm saying? Like with Amari, without Amari, because we have Amari right now. So you guys still not feel comfortable with that? I mean, because Amari's going to get paid, Dak's going to get paid. I mean, I think that could be a 1-2 punch for a while, and they're both young. What?
Because
Say what?
Because the only other QB I am willing to go out and get is damn Lawrence from damn Clemson, and in order to get him, we're gonna have to go 1-15 the year after next.
Oh, okay. So guys are saying we can't win. We can't win 10 games without Zeke, right? If we win 10 games with DeMarco Murray ass at running back, Guys, I get the love
Hell,
fest for
they
Zeke.
would have
Trust me,
won,
I love Zeke the same way.
and they
But if we get that line straight, if we get Frederick back, we get Zach Martin back, get Tyron back. If we somehow, maybe we get a left guard. I don't know how we do it. Trust me, we can win 10 games without Zeke if we have Dak at quarterback. Because you know why? Because Dak is not going to throw games away for you. And we have a very good defense. You guys are forgetting that aspect of it. We have a really good defense at this point. As a matter of fact, I would say we are a defensive team at this point. We weren't scoring any points running the damn ball. We were getting all these damn yards. We were not scoring points. But the defense was holding other teams to lower scoring in the red zone. Our defense was a top 10 defense. And we have damn near everybody returning. I don't think we lost anybody. Did we lose anybody?
Damian Wilson.
Okay. So we lost Damian Wilson. Do you feel like Damian Wilson?
And technically Brandy Gregory for now.
Do you think the loss of those two guys and what we've added, do you think that no longer makes us a top 10 defense?
Hell, I think the defense is better now than it was going into last year.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been kind of talking about this all day. So, I kind of want to, we're probably going to settle down and probably stop the live stream. But you know what, man? It was great participation. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Damo, B. Parker coming through, Kathy, Milton Green, El Jefe. Appreciate you guys. Keep coming back. Keep in the comment section. We're going to keep doing our thing. Tomorrow night, we're going to be live. I'm going to be with Mark Holmes and those guys. I'm going to try and get a tripod and probably try and stream on my channel as well. That way, when they're not talking, like some of the draft guys, I can explain to you like why I like these guys, why I don't like these guys a little bit more in depth. I'm going to see if I can do that. If I can, cool. If not, I will be on Mark's channel. We will be at Lucky's. So if you're in the DC area, Lucky's in Springfield, go ahead and Google that. Lucky's, I think it's Theater and Grill. We'll be there. Elton, what you going to be doing for the draft tomorrow night? Are you going to go live or what?
Oh, I am going to see the Avengers. I'm sorry, everybody.
Oh,
I'm going to see the Avengers tomorrow night. Dallas doesn't have a first round pick. Dallas don't have if Dallas had a first round pick, I would damn stay till Dallas had a pick, and I would have went later. But because Dallas don't have a pick, I have no reason to really stay and watch the whole first round. Now, if Dallas somehow trades back in the first round, I'm going to miss it as of now.
Yeah, I know, because the Avengers is a 3-hour movie. But it's going to be 3 hours.
I'm like this.
3 hours of bliss.
So,
yep.
Yeah, so I will try to go live with my 3. Friday, I would probably just make a video. I'm not gonna go live with 3 subscribers. Y'all ain't ready for that. I ain't ready for that quite yet.
Well, yeah,
I gotta build my rep up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you ready to see Thanos get his ass whooped, huh?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you coming through. Until next time. Peace.
Yeah.